Welcome to DIY Art Therapy. This is week 7. My name is Trisha, and I'm here to share my creative process with you, as well as encourage you to really focus and hone in on your mental health and potentially be able to offer somebody else some good advice along the way if they need it. I am a recovered alcoholic of 6.5 years. And I have had an incredible healing journey, and creativity has been my main skill that helps me have a safe place to express myself. So whether you're tuning in because you're interested in understanding some of the process of the creations that you're gifting to people, or you're enjoying yourself, or because you would like some encouragement and hope, you're in the right place regardless of one of those two things. Now, today is going to be a condensed class because I have a headache and I'm exhausted. So I wanted to show up for you guys consistently and yet still honor myself and understanding that I need some rest. So I'm going to start off with showing you guys the candle that I worked on with the mountains last week. If you've missed it, make sure you go to my YouTube channel, which is Trisha's Oak Art with 2 O's in the oak, and watch last week's class. There's also classes on switch plate covers and several other things that I've been creating, including what's inside these candles and why are they super supportive to your health. All right, without further ado, I will show you what happened to, or what became of, the mountain candle. So these candles are called Holiday Cheer. They're made with 3 different ingredients, and they're all 3 organic. So it is made out of organic beeswax, which means it's going to have significantly longer burn time than anything like soy. There's no paraffin or anything like that in these. And the scent, so it's got a little wood wick because you want that crackling ambiance, of course. And I want the best for you guys. So I used therapeutic grade essential oils that smell like Christmas. Think about the nostalgic sense of like orange and cinnamon and clove and things like that. Nice little cozy warm sensations and smells that are triggered to hopefully positive memories. If not, allow this to be your gateway and entry into creating some awesome associations with these scents. Okay, so the mountains, after I put them in place, I then put all around the border moss. So as you can see here, they have moss. I have yet to pick off all the glue, and I'll show you how crazy this process is. I'm not even worried about people duplicating my stuff ever, because the length of time, the amount of danger it also puts me in with cutting myself and stuff. I've got like scars everywhere, man. Like, I have this one here, I've got them all over my fingers, and I have a scar this big on my hip, and I've been doing this for 13 years. So no matter how careful I am, we're still in danger. We're still working with things that are very hot and very sharp. So the process of this was really cool. I get to remove all of the glue next. Okay, this is an insane process. Here's the top of it. How cute is that? These little pine cone pieces that I had painted with like a shimmering white epoxy. And then that massive acorn cap here. And then I filled in the gaps, of course, with the moss. So the next step is to pick off all of the glue string. This is a thing that, like, if you have perfectionism or something, it's a great way to express it, get it out of you in a healthy way. And that's another really interesting thing about my creativity is, have you ever heard of anybody who experiences addiction in their life with like alcohol or drugs or something like that? And everyone's like, oh, we're going to trade it in for a lesser evil. Well, my theory over the past 15 years has been to keep trading it in for a lesser evil until there's no more evil. And so that's why I started to do this and expanding into things like creating candles, because now my perfectionism and self-expression and difficult emotions, this is it. This is the safe place that I can exist and get it out of me. And essentially it's like writing poetry. Being creative is like writing poetry. You're getting it out on paper. and yet producing something beautiful with it instead of hurting people around you. So that's why I want to encourage you guys to get creative. It doesn't matter if it's drawing. You don't know unless you've tried. And think about the things like if you were in elementary, middle school, high school, and you were in art class and you're like really good at sculpting something, please get back into it. Please. I know that life is hard. I know that a lot of us experience living in the rat race and living paycheck to paycheck. But the amazing thing is, if you prioritize your mental health, you could produce fantastic results, not only for yourself, but in creativity and to influence others. So the process is picking off the glue. And then I take my heat gun. In the beginning, I used to take wood burning things. It was awful. Anyway, so I have the heat gun, and I'll put it all around it until all of the glue is picked off. Now, this requires me to heat it up and put my finger on it and peel it off. And I'm telling you, this is why I'm not worried about people doing this and duplicating my work, because it's insane. Like, I have no feeling in my fingertips, but that's okay. To me, it is, because this makes sense for me. This is what I feel called to do, is to create. So if you ever use a heat gun, if you're really feeling ambitious and you want to do something like I'm doing, do not put heat gun on the epoxy. Anything epoxy, you do not want to put the heat gun on, because it will start bubbling and you can't fix it, okay? So that'll be the next process of making this candle. And that's going to take like probably 15 minutes to perfect, and then I'm gonna paint on some of this exterior satin varnish. I used to use interior, but I figure exterior is meant to withstand more, whether it's weather or rain or whatever. So now I use it on everything, the exterior. And I recently finished this crazy switch plate order. So guys, like, stay tuned. This week I'll post it. But I'm waiting to give it to the person who placed that custom order. It's got antlers on it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I think it's the first set I've ever made with antlers. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So I will share it with you once the client who ordered it gets it. Okay? So you can look forward to that. Now I'm working on the next candle. I've got 5 to do, folks, and I'm going to get it done before the event in Schoharie coming November 21st to the 23rd. That's my goal, and it's going to happen because I believe in myself. Okay, so have you guys ever had stuff laying around the house or in your workshop or in your garage, and you're like, oh, I'll use that again. I'll use that again. Okay, I'm one of them. I am one of those people, and if that's ever happened to you, definitely send me a heart or a laughing face, because I feel like a lot of men do it in their garages more than like women do. But like, I cut this piece of birch and it's like weird and curvy, and instead of throwing it away, I now found its purpose, and I'm gonna share it with you. So you know how last week, if you were with me last week, I told you that I decorate where the bark meets, right? So it's curved so perfectly to fit right there. I mean, I'm so excited. I'm going to glue it on while we're talking. And then I'm going to put an acorn cap on it because I just came up with that. I want to make sure it's nice, perfect. Let's see. Okay. Voila. How cute is that? And then when it's varnished, like all of these like heated up spots are going to look super cool. And then I'm going to probably put this acorn cap right here in the center just to add a little something and to connect it with this. I loved the concept of using these insanely huge acorn caps on the top. So I'm going to do it again with this one. And let's see. Beautiful. So, interesting thing for you. I am not like a writer. So you know how writers can get writer's block? With creativity, I could literally be in my worst mindset, my worst energy level, and I can sit down and I can create something because I don't like to limit myself. I don't like to limit my mindset. I don't like to limit really anything, because I strongly believe that we can be our own worst enemies in our mind, and that the only thing that's stopping us from achieving whatever is most likely our mindset about it. When we say things out loud that don't support where we want to go and be, we could literally be cursing ourselves, whether or not you read the Bible. It is true that what comes out of our mouth, it could curse people or bless them. So be mindful of that. If you're somebody who speaks negative about yourself, I just want to encourage you right now to stop yourself. Stop yourself from cursing yourself from achieving your goals, because anything is possible if you believe it. I strongly, strongly, strongly feel that way. Absolutely. Like 9 years ago, I was living out of my car. Okay. Like I was literally living out of my car and begging God to give me a safe home and a consistent home. And that's exactly what I got. When I moved to Schoharie County, I have not moved again. And I'm somebody who struggled with running away from my problems physically and mentally for a long time. And so like I got what I prayed for, and I have a beautiful family today. So don't give up, please. Okay. Before I let you guys go, I am going to share with you an interior decorating tip. Where to start. As you've seen the past few weeks, I've been chit-chatting about giving you some ideas of like what to do, how to decorate, because some people really don't have that, and that's fine. So I want to encourage you to, if you're working with what you have, choose, there's a negative space, okay? This is the negative space here. This is just an open space that now this pops out from. So when you are decorating, choose, do you want a wall full of things, of your favorite things? Do you want a wall full of memorable pictures that bring you joy? Or do you want to place a focal point somewhere? Now, I really like symmetry, but what I've grown to enjoy and appreciate every time I go to like North Carolina and I'm at these professionally decorated condos, I really like when they use balance instead of symmetry. So instead of making the line in the, like a pretend line in the center of a wall, right? Instead of putting your focal point right there, you could put something here, and then something here. You could put a massive mirror, massive picture here, and then a picture frame here and a picture frame here that lines with the top and the bottom of that, with equal parts space between those two things and equal parts space over here. Like these are just things that will create balance instead of chaos. Okay, I hope you guys found this helpful. Feel free to comment below what your favorite thing that you learned so far in the past 7 weeks is. And I will see you guys next Thursday at 6 o'clock. I know that I'm pretty sure Christmas and Thanksgiving fall on Thursday this year, which is going to be insane. So I might just switch the days or the times. I'm anticipating returning back to St. Catherine's for volunteer work with the children there. And so I might be busy for Christmas because of that, but I will keep you guys updated because I really want to encourage you to not only be creative, but prioritize your mental health. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week at 6 p.m.